You need to export your head and body animations separately to an external software like Blender and fix them there with just a few clicks. That's really the only proper way to get your head movement synced to the body. Alright, let's do this quickly. I have two different animations. One is from the Metahuman Animator through mono capture, and the second is the body animation, which is from QuickMagic that I made. But it can be any animation you have. First, we need to bake these raw animations so we can use them in Blender. If you skip this step, the animation won't work in Blender. Find the end of your face animation, place the red marker there, right-click on the face, and look for Bake Animation Sequence. Save it. You don't need to change any settings. Do the same for the body animation. Now export this new baked animation with the same settings. In a new Blender project, delete everything, set the scene scale to 0.01, adjust the clipping as so, and then import the animations, one in each separate collection. You will see right away that the head and the body are not aligned properly. Find the end frame of your head animation and set it in the timeline. Open a dope sheet, select this, select the body rig, go to pose mode, select the neck 1, neck 2 and head bones, drop down this, but don't touch the root. Delete all keyframes for these 3 bones, then reset the location, rotation and scale, and keyframe it on the first frame. Switch back to object mode, select the head skeleton, go to pose mode, and delete the root motion. Go back to object mode and reset the location, rotation and scale on the rig. Go to pose mode. Now select the head, neck 2 and neck 1 bones. Copy all keyframes. Go back to object mode, select the body, enter pose mode, make sure you are on the first frame, then right click and paste. That's done. Now export the animation with these settings. Turn this on and turn these two off. In Unreal, select the Metahuman base skeleton, tick in Import Animation Only, and hit Import. Now retarget this to your own Metahuman, save it, and then add the retargeted animation to the body. Select the face, open the skeletal mesh, find the post-process blueprint, and open it. Look for Enable Head Movement IK, and tick Expose in Cinematics. Compile and save. Back at the face, add the post-process blueprint. Now with the plus icon, you can access the head IK we just exposed. Turn it off, and now if you check it, it works perfectly as it should. To understand this a bit more, stay for one more minute and I will explain it, but if you only wanted this info, you are free to go with that knowledge. Okay, so the ones that stayed, if you are seeing tutorials with complicated blueprints and people copying IKs left and right, you might have noticed that those characters usually wear a t-shirt in the videos. That's because those setups often hide the neck and the head mismatches. This video is specifically for cases where you want your Metahuman Animator performance, head and neck movement, applied to a different body animation. There are other methods to reattach the head, yes, but this is the only real solution that keeps your actual head performance as recorded in the Metahuman Animator and represents the true head and neck movement. Some minimal technical insight: if your head and neck movement seems to lack motion, here is why. Metahuman Animator captures data from two main sources, basically. Motion and movement, I should say. The movement comes from the neck and the head bones, which I just showed you. But the core energy and the motion in the performance comes from the origin of the head skeleton, aka the root. For example, in this head banging part, you can't get that strong swinging motion without the root motion, since most of it originates from the root. If you try to apply that exact root motion to the body will float 100%, unless it had the same root movement, which can only happen if both were captured together. When combining two separate animations, one for the head, one for the body, it's almost impossible to perfectly match their motion. I'm not good with probabilities, but it's like winning a lottery 3 times in a row. So if you're working with separate recordings, you will never get an exact one-to-one match. But my method gives you the best possible result you can get. Realistic, accurate head movement with a perfect body movement and motion. If you want a full head performance on the body, you will have to sacrifice the body stability, leading to a floating leg effect. Most people, however, just want accurate rotation and bone movement, not this extreme motion. So that was the minimal technical side of it. If this video helped you out, please leave a like, subscribe, it really helps me out a lot. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.